Okay, ladies and gents, we have a lot of information to go through. Number one, Bungie dropped a trailer, and we were too busy diving into what was happening during the interview before actually going into the trailer. But this is like the official Shadowkeep trailer. It's dope. My God, it got me hyped up. If there's one thing that Bungie can do, man, it's make a freaking trailer. But we see, of course, a lot of weapons in this trailer. Monte Carlo, which of course we confirm is coming back. A lot of finisher moves, new exotics, as well as that Void exotic rocket launcher, old enemies, pretty much all the stuff we've known about for a while now. COWL 2.0. Yes, the trailer's got a lot of good juicy stuff in it, but we actually got some juicier stuff, which is some screenshots from Bungie's own Dropbox. First up, we've got this beautiful screenshot. Looks to be somewhere present in the Black Garden, but it's almost got like this New Orleans vibe to it. Look at it. It's like around my neck of the woods, boys, minus the gators and snakes. But we notice 4 guardians here, actually 5 guardians here. I'm assuming there's a 6th somewhere, but maybe this is like access to the raid, or this is actually during the raid. We know the raid is supposed to be taking place in the Black Garden, and this looks like an active raid team, either entering the raid or maybe already in the raid. Next up is a screenshot of a warlock here. He's rocking that exotic trace rifle, which of course opens up that giant crit on enemies when focus firing. Now on his back, I can't even tell what that is. I think that's a gun. Like, part of me thinks it's a sword. The other part of me thinks it's like, I don't know, a futuristic potato gun, but it shoots very small potatoes. Now, you notice the Vex there, as well as the other Vex. They've got some branches on them. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Maybe they just merged with nature. Bad experiment gone wrong in the Black Garden. Either way it goes, the Vex have merged themselves with wood, it appears, which makes them all the more dangerous. By the way, I am looking at these screenshots for the first time, so we are taking this in together. Next up, there is a lot of things happening in this image. We see ships, we see a Shrieker, a lot of hive enemies. Notice that the Shrieker has like, I don't know, that Shadowkeep Thorn theme to it. I guess Thorn would be the word. It's just spooky, right? Just an extra spooky level to it. We've got a gunslinger shooting his weapon, a warlock, again with that same type of weapon on its back. Actually, I'm starting to think, I don't even know what that is, man. It may be a sword, but he's shooting an auto rifle, it looks like. We've got a Titan here. He's got 2 hand cannons. One seems to be the hand cannon we saw earlier, which is like the Eris Morn theme hand cannon, that 110 round per minute one. On the back of him though, he's holding that sniper hand cannon that takes special ammo. We see a sword hanging around with the big gate opening and bad hive coming through it. It's like bad news. Next up, there we go. We got a better look at this. All right, what is this on this guy's back? I don't know, boys. Somebody just tell me, man. I'm tired of playing the guessing game. It almost looks like a crossbow, or it could be a crossbow. It's just not folded out yet, right? But notice the hive right there. Yeah, the extra spikes, man. Again, going for that creepy vibe. Got a little bit of, looks like blood running down the side of his arm. Next picture, here we go. We've got the warlock holding the exotic trace rifle, the hunter holding that sniper hand cannon, and what appears to be a very, very thick bow that the Titan is holding. I swear our Titan just like stepped right out of the moon landing or something. Now, I'm not sure if that bow is an exotic or not. It does look really heavy duty though. And it may actually be that exotic bow they're working on that has like that major AoE kickback wherever your arrow hits. We saw a little bit of that in the Vidoc, but I mainly only saw it from the perspective of the person wielding the bow, not actually looking at it. But considering that there's other exotics in this screenshot, I think it's safe to assume that this bow is the exotic bow. Next up, we've got a screenshot we've seen multiple times before. Got like a mix between samurai for the warlock and old school NASA there for our Titan. Again, that bow in this next screenshot. Yeah, I'm really thinking this is an exotic bow, boys. Look at the chain that's holding the arrow that you're knocking the arrow back with. Sucker looks mean. God dog it, dude. We see it in action again here. Holy hell. This sucker looks mean. I would die so fast at this. Look at the head of that arrow. That sucker would take some meat off. A beautiful screenshot of our trace rifle here, our hand cannon, as well as an Oblivion-like activity in the background. I swear to God, it's like Oblivion and Oblivion Gates meets the moon. But next up is Phoenix Cradle. That's right, boys. These are exotic leg armor pieces for the Titan class. My lord, do they look sexy. Now, as you see right there, we can of course apply mods to our exotic armor pieces. This is not something that's just specific to legendary gear in Armor 2.0, but it comes with the exotic perk Beacons of Empowerment. It states your Sun Warrior benefit lasts twice as long. I'm assuming that's twice as long in your Sun spot. Allies who pass through your Sun spot gain benefits of the Sun Warrior. Okay, so first up, as someone who plays place Bottom Tree Sunbreaker like all the time. It's my go-to subclass for things like Rumble, or if I'm just trying to purely slay out. There's a perk called Sun Warrior, which states that passing through a sunspot causes your solar abilities to recharge faster and your super to last longer. Most notably though, it also increases all the damage that you do. Now it lasts for 5 seconds, but the beautiful thing about it is the longer you stay in it, that duration will actually stay there, on top of the sunspot lasting longer. But I was actually just thinking about it last night. Sun Warrior would be so much better if it lasted for like 10 seconds instead of 5. 10 seconds there to run around and essentially have a 20% buff or close to it. So it's going to be really curious to see how much that actually makes your sunspot last longer. I personally believe that Bottom Tree needs a buff in something like PvE, but maybe this sunspot thing, who knows? We'll just have to check it out and see. I'm not sure. Again, we can't even read the entire description here. It may actually state that sunspot gives even greater benefits in terms of damage outside of just your basic Sun Warrior perk. Or better yet, if we do happen to get a solar week, we may be looking at a buff to Sun Warrior and other things. Next up, we've got to look at one of the helmets, and we actually get to look at the perks here. Right here it states that it's enhanced voltaic ammo collector. Greatly increases the chance of finding heavy ammo while you have voltaic overflow buff. Multiple copies of this mod stack to increase this benefit. That's pretty incredible. So it actually can stack. There's a number of different buffs here and mods here, and it seems to be only specific to the Garden of Salvation raid. Next screenshot, another helmet, which just shows an intellect mod. We already know that gives plus 10. Now how much that actually drops our cooldown by, we still don't know. Then we see another screenshot of Shadowkeep and its creepiness. Another screenshot of the moon and Shadowkeep. And then of course this is a screenshot that many of us will remember from like D1. This is where you initially fly into the moon at. Lots of material farming here, boys. Man, how many hours did we spend collecting helium filaments, right? But it's definitely been updated. Looks much cleaner now. Gotta give the Hive some credit, man. Look like they did a couple wax jobs. Looks pretty good. Rest of these screenshots though are many locations on the moon that you'll remember. Of course we see Eris Morn herself. Eris is always armored out. Sometimes I wonder if Eris just wants to kind of like, I don't know, let her hair down for a second, right? Be a girl for a moment. Relax. Leave the glowing green ball out of the bedroom. It's too kinky, Eris. Next we see some screenshots of finishing moves. Titans look like they're actually punching stuff with their fists. Warlocks doing some weird wannabe Jedi crap. Hunters are still rolling, man. They're always just trying to do acrobat. Just go to the Olympics, all right? It's called gymnastics. You can go stick your landing as many times as you want. I still like the Titan finishing move the most. Just looks like a man punching an alien. Then we see some more screenshots, which this one's actually interesting because the Hive here have like these icons above their head. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Just pretty interesting though. And that's it, guys. That's the screenshots. Now, something that was really interesting this morning that we saw on Reddit was this video right here of the Vex coming out of the water, looking all creepy, kind of creepy at least. But we are heading into the season of the Undying, which is said to be related to this trailer. That is not a new trailer. No, this trailer was released 2 years ago, back when Bungie was still with Activision. Now, no lie, I'm kind of scared to show you this trailer because people are saying that you can get your video shut down or maybe even demonetized. I'm not trying to make anybody angry. I'm just, you know, showing a trailer that was resurfaced today. Yes, this looks to be related to Season of the Undying. I honestly don't think that this was like exactly how the expansion was gonna go. I think it's been reworked greatly, but this is obviously something Bungie has thought about way back, which honestly makes me feel pretty good. It makes me think, hey, this is something that was thought of a couple years ago. It's been in the work. This is not something that Bungie was like, hey, what do we got? You remember what Todd said yesterday about the Vex? Yeah, let's make that the DLC this October. You know where I'm coming from? Nobody wants to hear your shit, Todd. By the way, if you're a subscriber of mine, your name's Todd. I love you. Either way it goes, guys, that is your screenshots, a new exotic. I wish I could have put this all in one video today, but I live in Louisiana and information doesn't come here the same way as it comes everywhere else. It just kind of like trickles. But thank you all for coming and watching this video. And if you missed our video earlier, we did a massive breakdown of everything from Gamescom today, going over mods, artifacts, even some screenshots of stuff we weren't even supposed to see. But we stopped and paused things frame by frame, and it was juicy. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.